Ooh. Normally I'd get my day started off with something just a little bit healthier, but seeing as the high for northern Maine is 49 degrees Fahrenheit, we might as well start bulking up. Got quite a day ahead of me. Woken up at 4:30 a.m. Gonna travel about 80 something miles in the backwoods of Maine to fish a lake I've never heard of. I've never fished before. I don't even know if it's got a proper ramp, but one thing I do know is it's got some really interesting species in it, 2 of which you can still catch this time of year. Starting October 1st, the majority of the lakes around here are closed to catching salmon, togue, which is lake trout, brook trout, all the native fish. But this lake has 2 fish that I absolutely love, one of which I've hardly caught before, that being splake, which is I believe a sterile version, a sterile hybrid of a lake trout and a brook trout. And of course, the other fish species being smallmouth, big bodacious smallmouth. Fall's here, temps have dropped. In theory, if I can get my boat in this lake, it should be pretty good. Just pulled off from the main route, which is Route 9, and we are in the thick of it. Online it says there's a ramp here, but I'm having my doubts because I didn't see anything on Google Maps, and now that I'm here, it does not seem like this is a place where a lot of people go to fish, let alone drop a boat in. And I've got a big boat, so this has got to be a somewhat decent ramp. Also, these camps on this lake are really spooky. It looks pretty deep. I don't want to get stuck back here. I've got no service, so this is not the best adventure to be on alone. I'm gonna check this hole. Grab this stick. How deep is that? Let's see. Oh, she's shallow. Both these are pretty shallow. Oh, there's the ramp, I reckon. I've always been a firm believer in the saying, if there's a will, there's a way. And the will is very high this morning, seeing as we have the opportunity to catch kind of an uncommon fish species, that being the splake. Really epic fish. I think I've only ever caught one in my entire life. And if that doesn't work, we have the opportunity to catch big smallmouth, which, by the way, were legally introduced here, I think maybe in the late 80s, early 90s. So technically, the smallmouth in here are illegal. There are salmon and togue, and I believe brook trout, but those are off limits. We may catch one today, but we can't do much with them. Might show them to the camera real quick and then have to toss them back safely because season's closed. Going back to what I said earlier, where there's a will, there's a way. This is our way. This is our way to the lake. It's kind of a stinky little ramp, but it's what Maine gives you at some of these backwoods lakes. Conditions are cold, high of 49. We have 10 to 15 mile per hour wind, so it will be windy. And forecast is calling for a chance, possibly some big fat fish. So let's launch the boat, get after it. Wow, very nice. This is one of those deals where it's like, I can put in, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out. How are we gonna get this thing unglued? Just push her out that way. Ooh, those rocks do not sound good. Lovely. Ugh! I just love the sound of a 4-stroke in the morning. God, she sounds sexy. New lake, who dis? This is gonna be difficult. I'm fully prepared to not catch anything today. Initial impressions, this lake looks cool. The water is definitely a lot dirtier than I thought it would be. Generally, out this way in Maine, pretty much all the lakes are clean, but a bit of a Arnold Palmer sweet tea tint to this lake, which is totally fine, but it definitely means that we're not gonna have fish chasing baits from 10 yards away. Normally when I'm fishing this time of year, it's like you can put a bait in a general area and it's gonna get clapped. Fishing new lakes is all about staying on your toes. You don't wanna spend too much time in dead zones and dead areas. Looks like there might be a hump up ahead. I'm gonna drop the trolling motor and investigate. Usually a hump like that in the middle of the lake tends to hold something, right? I'm gonna snap that spoon around for a bit. There's some fish down there right on the back side of this hump. I don't know what they are, but they look pretty big. Oh yeah, those look like decent fish. Let's try this out. I have no idea what I'm looking at right now, but those are some decent fish. Like 25 feet of water. Either they don't care to look at my spoon or they don't see it. Oh, no, I got one coming up for it. Oh, they're coming up for it. They're looking at it. Oh, I just got hit. I just got throttled. They're looking at it now. Come on. There we go. What do we have here? Wow, nice smallmouth. Holy moly, that was a good smallmouth. On the freaking spoon. Oh, they're all over the place. Oh my gosh. They're literally all over the place. Oh my gosh. It's time to get a little aggressive. It is legal in the state of Maine to throw an A-rig as long as you have one hook. This may look like a lot, but technically, I've only got one hook on this bait, so I gotta pray that they go after the chartreuse 3.8 saucy swimmer and don't hit these two little white ones. See if it works. Throw the spoon at him, maybe? They were right below me. Yep, there they are. They're all over the place. Oh, I'm on. There we go. On the way down. On the way down. What is that? Oh, interesting. They were never smallmouth. Or at least the first one I hooked was a smallmouth. This here is another fish that we could also target today, which would be kind of fun. Really good table fare. That being the white perch. It's just like a white bass, but with no stripes. First fish of the day is not what I thought it'd be. Very nice little fish though. Cool little dude. They're such an interesting fish, and they can get pretty big too, upwards of like three pounds, I believe. Thank you, buddy. That was quite eventful. 31 freaking feet right here, man. That's some deep water. That's some deep water. Let's throw a jerkbait around. Let's see if we can get one on the jerkbait. Oh, there's a fish. That's a catchable fish. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a fish of some sort. Okay, it's starting to come up now. Some rocks over here, a bit of emergent grass. It's calm too, which I like just from a fishing standpoint. Oh, I'm on. What the hell do I have? I have a fish. What the hell do I have? Does not feel big, whatever it is. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is a trout. It is a trout. I believe it's a brook trout too. It might be a splake. No, that's 100% a brook trout. Oh my god, this thing's going wild. He's going absolutely wild. In 15 feet of water, there's a bunch more with him too. Okay. Oh, he's got a clip fin. This is a stalker fish. There he is. Nice little brookie, stalker brookie. Okay. Sorry. I know you're out of season, but I thought there'd be smallmouth up here. It ate a freaking jerkbait, of all things. I thought it was a group of smallmouth. There was a bunch more with him. I was like, oh, bunch of little tiny smallmouth. Nope. So we've caught two fish, none of which are the intended target. Oh, something just rose right there. Watch this. Watch this. Oh wow, I got something big. That might be a smallmouth. What is this? This feels big. This feels big, whatever it is. The splake and the brookies do hang together, so it's like kind of contradicting. Oh my god, this is a big fish. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. This is definitely not a smallmouth. Smallmouth would have jumped 15 times by now. I think it's a big trout. Oh my god, what do we have hooked? What do we have hooked here? This is big. This is big, whatever it is. Could be a big smallmouth, I don't know. Oh my god, it's pulling drag. Uh-oh. Nope. There's bubbles. This is a trout. If it's a trout, it's a big one too. I hope it's a splake. I hope it's a big splake. Could be a big splake, I don't know. Could be a lake trout too. I don't know how shallow they get this time of year. What the hell? I just want to see what it is. What is that? That might be a splake. He's not that big. I just hooked him on the side. Oh, wow. This thing is pulling. This thing is pulling. Oh, my God. Oh, here we go. This is a splake. We've got a splake, boys. We've got a splake. Oh, boy. This is a splake. I'm like 90% sure this is a splake. He's got a slight fork in his tail. Oh, yeah. That's a cool fish. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That's a cool fish. That is so freaking cool. That right there, if I'm not mistaken, is a splaker. That is such an awesome fish. Wow, he is gorgeous. Got him in the net. He's good to go. He's unhooked right now. I just need to, there we go. Check out that splake. That is so freaking cool. You can tell it's a splake because they've got a head of a lake trout. They've got a slight fork in the tail, which you can see there. And they're just mean. They're evil little dudes, but they can be a lot of fun to catch. Mission accomplished. We've got ourselves a nice splake. That's awesome. All right, gonna go for the nice release on this dude. See you later, buddy. Thank you for playing. That is so cool. What an awesome little fish. Put up a hell of a fight too. Okay, we're back on the splake spot. I've got some lighter gear, just so this is a little bit more fun. I've also debarbed all my hooks. These are fragile fish, and we're just out here for the sport. Okay, let's do this. Oh my God, they're rising. I just saw one come up. Holy moly. There's a lot of fish over here. There's a lot of fish over here. There we go, I'm on. Ooh, that feels decent. There we go. Yeah, this is way more fun on the spinning. Holy moly, this is way more fun. Oh my God, I don't know if I've hooked him sideways or if it's a good fish. I just hooked him on. Come here, buddy. I see you, leader. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a big fish. That was a really big fish. Oh my God, there's, oh wow, that was actually a really big fish. There's a couple down there. Holy moly, that was a big fish. I saw him. That was a big splake. He's got buddies with him too. Maybe these guys will eat. Oh my God. Oh, this one sees it. He wants it. Got him. Oh my God, he came out such deep water. Oh, it's a big smallmouth. Oh my God, it's a giant smallmouth. Oh my God, this is a giant smallmouth. Oh my God. It's a giant smallmouth. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is insane. Not too many places where you can catch trout and smallies in the same area. This is a huge smallmouth. Oh my God, this thing is, dude, this might be one of my biggest Maine smallmouth ever. This thing is enormous. Go over here. Dude, this thing is heavy. Like, this is a brute. I thought it was a big trout at first. I was like, oh my God, look at the size of that smallmouth. One moment we're catching splake, the next we're catching ginormous smallies on the rip bait. That was so much fun. Let's get a weight on this guy, I'm curious. That fish literally came out of 20 feet of water just to eat my jerk bait. Why is this not turning on? I just put new batteries in this thing. It's probably gonna go close to 4. No, not quite. 3 pounds, 9 ounces. Beautiful smallmouth. God, I love Maine. See you later, dude. Thanks for playing. Oh my Lord, that was epic. Big smallmouth and splake. What more could you ask for? Huh. All right, we're at a different spot now. Same kind of program where I caught that smallmouth and the splake. Oh, there's some fish. Yeah, land. Oh, there they are. What the hell are those? Those are big and voluptuous. Would they want to play? Oh yeah, those are big and voluptuous. They're running in a rat pack. I imagine they're probably smallmouth. Anyway, as I was saying, this spot's very similar to where I was getting some action, so we're gonna see if it holds true. This time of year when the water's in between 60 and 50 degrees, a lot of these bass and splake could be shallow, but they also could be deep. It's kind of that in-between time where you're gonna get some action just about everywhere. All these fish are pushing up either to spawn if you're a trout, or they're coming up to feed if you're a smallmouth. So they're doing a lot of funky different things. Like, I mean, I fully could expect catching a few super deep today as well. I've got like 50 different rods on my boat deck right now. You can tell I've got fishing ADHD because, I don't know, I just have like freaking Alabama rig, jerkbait, drop shot, spoon, deep crank. Like, I'm all over the place right now. This is a good problem to have. It's quite hectic. Did I just, oh, nope, yep, there they come. Oh, I just had him. Oh, I just had him again. What are those? Just got throttled. I have no idea what that was, but he was aggressive. Didn't look like he was gonna eat, then all of a sudden he came up and just went wham, right on it. Ooh. Oh, there's some fish. Oh, I'm up. Did I just have one? I might have just had one. I think I just pulled them away from, oh, yep, nope, they're everywhere. I'm on. There's fish everywhere. Please be a nice splake. Oh my God, it's a giant smallmouth. Holy ball sack. That was a big smallmouth. Holy balls. So crazy that you've got two completely different, oh, there we go. He knocked slack in my line. Two completely different fish species hanging in the same area. And that's a freaking, that was a splake. I'm in the, that was ridiculous. How many places can you go and just throw a rip bait in one shallow area and hook into a trout and a smallmouth simultaneously, like back to back? I'm on again. That might be a splake or a little smallmouth. I don't know. I don't know what that is. What do we have here? That's a trout. We're gonna throw him back. Oh, there you go. See you, buddy. Frickin' ridiculous. Frickin' ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, I just got throttled on the paws. Oh, I just had one. Oh my Lord. Oh, he's back. That's a smallmouth, pretty sure. Or is that a, oh, it's, no, oh my God. Yeah, it's a smallie. Nice big smallmouth. Oh my Lord. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh. Nice, fat, healthy smallmouth. I'm throwing in the exact same spot I'm getting bit by brookies, and this guy comes up and eats. It makes me wonder if maybe the smallmouth are bullying around the trout right now, trying to take advantage of some of the smaller ones. Nice fat smallie though, we'll take him. Whew. See you later, buddy. Thank you. Bye-bye. Just a quick little tip for you guys. This time of year, or I guess any time of the year you're throwing a rip bait like this, I always like to find steep drops. This is a perfect example. I'm sitting in 25 feet, and under me is some bait. And that's not by coincidence or chance that the smallmouth are just up there. 25 feet here, but I'm casting at about 10. And the reason why that there's smallmouth up there and on the edge is because those fish are waiting for the wind to push that bait up in shallow water so they can come up and strike when ready. You don't have to fish the depth your jerkbait's diving. This is dives to like 7 or 8 foot jerkbait, but oftentimes I'll get some of my bigger and better bites in like 15 to 20 feet. If you're fishing clean water, which is usually the place to throw a rip bait, these fish will chase it down. You got to think, like, a shad doesn't need to get in front of a fish's face in order for him to eat it. He'll see that thing from quite a ways away, chase it down and crush it. And that's why suspending jerkbait's awesome, is because when you stop that bait, it sits right there. It doesn't go anywhere. That fish has time to catch up to it and crush it. Don't think you've got to fish jerkbait in 10, 15, even 20 feet. Like, as long as you're seeing fish on the graph and they're feeding, chances are you can get them to come up for it. Just a quick little tip for you. Oh, what the was that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was insanity. I wasn't even moving my jerkbait and that fish ate it on the surface. Holy moly. I saw one swipe it. I'm like, what the hell was that? That was intense. It just goes to show how fired up these bass are today. They don't care. These bass are just ready to kill. That's all they want to do today. That was cool. Look at that little ferocious dude. That was fun. Just kind of right where those big smallies are at. There we go. I got one. That feels big. Don't come unglued, sister. That one feels big. That might have been that school that I saw earlier. Oh, this feels decent. Stay glued. Feels like a decent smallmouth. That or it's a giant trout. Oh, that's a decent smallmouth. That'd be a good smallie. Oh, of course, the net's got 50 lures in it. Well, I'll just go for the grab. He's not that giant, but definitely big enough for a net. Oh, Shoo! There we go. Another nice fat 2-pounder. So much freaking fun. Ugh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Fishing 30 freaking feet of water, basically 5 to 30 feet of water for some branzies. He got himself hooked 5 different freaking ways. He was going nowhere. Decent fish. Thanks, bud. I'll catch you later. There. There we go. Bagging. Bagging. Oh, that's a good one. Missed him once, switched the worm, came back and he crushed it. What a goober. That's the oldest trick in the book, dude. That's a nice one. Damn, that's a nice smallmouth. Holy fuck. He literally just spit up my old worm. That is wild. Fat fall bronzies. You just want to spank them. I had that fish on the big, I've been throwing the big dragon drop and they're short striking it. So then I switched to a smaller one, different color. Missed him first time, came back and fell for it. You're not very bright. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Every fish today is like, just chunky. Oh, having a good time. I don't know if you guys can tell. I hope that you guys have days like this. Only one, literally the only one on this lake. Nobody's fishing. Why? Why? It's windy, it's cold, but like, damn. It's on fuego. Oh, let's keep going. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it has gotten significantly windier out here. Started off the day with a bit of a breeze. I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. We can fish in this. Now it's just blowing a stiff 15 right up my butthole, but that's okay. It's turning the fishing on. You know, it'd be bad if it was windy and the fishing sucked, but it's windy and the fishing is good. Really can't complain. We kind of slowed down on the splake bite. I caught one, and that's all I wanted to catch today, just one nice fall splake. And we did hook a few brook trout too, which were safely released at the boat. I brought one in the boat, but then the other ones quickly were released without even touching them. It seems like in this part of Maine where it's gotten to like low 40s, and with the wind, these fish have probably turned on and started to spawn, or at least thinking about spawning. But all I'm doing right now, and I'll break this down with a little bit less wind in the mics, but what I'm doing is I'm going along this bank. It's anywhere from like 6 to 17 foot. I'm throwing the jerkbait up shallow, and I'm taking a look at my graph. My eyes are glued to the graph. It's such a terrible habit I have, but I'm looking at the graph, and every time I see a fish loafing around, it's usually a big one, probably about a 3-pounder. So then I'm dropping the jerkbait, picking up the drop shot, finessing that fish right in the face. 9 times out of 10 he hits it, but 5 times out of 10 I actually freaking land the thing. I've downsized my worm. The bigger dragon drop wasn't doing it. It was getting really good bites. They were way more fired up for it, but they were just short striking it, so I switched to the regular size. But we've got maybe a few more hours out here to go catch maybe another splake and some more big smallmouth. I'd like to catch a 4-pounder today. That'd be sweet, but if that doesn't happen, we've had a nuclear day. It has been so much freaking fun. I love fishing. Oh, I got a booger. Not anymore. See you later, boogie. I see you down there. Do you want to eat my worm? Please eat my worm. You sassy little fish. You look like you want to eat a worm, so I'm gonna feed you a worm. Bronzies. We're out here smoking bronzies. I like you. You know why I like you? Because I put the worm down there, I made a good cast, and you ate it. You did exactly what you're supposed to do as a big old fat bronzy. I'm gonna give him a little kiss. Mwah. Thanks, bub. Gotta show some love and appreciation to those bass every now and then. Give them the old Jimmy Houston smooch. I keep burping. Okay. So I've learned a lot today. One thing I know for sure is that this lake is teeming full of trout and big bodacious small jaws. Both fish I absolutely love. I feel like we've succeeded in today's mission. We set out to do, a hard time with words. We accomplished what we set out to do. Pause real quick, I'm parched. It's a weird lake, it's a scary lake. There's been a couple times where I've been trolling around, I'm like, oh, it just went from 20 to 4 foot. So I'm gonna go try some new zones. It looks like it, I say this and then it's gonna pick back up, but it looks like the wind is dampening down significantly. So let's go explore. I fished this bank probably 3 times, milked it pretty good. The fish seem to be a little bit smarter than they were previously. I will say one thing, and that thing being is that there was fish over there because there was bait. There was schools of what I would have to assume to be shiners or smelt loaded up right on the edge. It'd go from 20, slope up, and then you'd have like 4 foot of water. It was crazy, insane drop. I'm gonna head out of here now and see if we can find some other juicier holes. It's like that over there. It should be pretty decent in some other areas that are similar to that. Keep my fingers crossed though. It's been a good day so far. There we go. There's a decent one on the spinner bug. That's fun. That is fun. Oh, wow. Decent fish. What the hell? He just spit up something huge, like a big yellow perch or something. Oh, wow, that's actually a really decent fish. Come here. I just want to touch you. I just want to touch you. Ooh, nice fat one on the zinger. That's a good time. I love fishing a moving bait. Oh, big old pumpkin. Throwing this in a kind of a fall color. A lot of yellow perch in this lake supposedly, so I want to kind of match the hatch. Nice fat fish. Holy moly. He slammed. Oh my god, dude. That's a good one. Oh my god. Oh, absolutely clocked me. Oh, oh, oh. God bless America. Oh, smallmouth gone. That was a freaking 3-pounder. Good God. Good God. Holy ball sack, dude. Holy ball sack. This is fun. I do not know what those ones are doing, but they sure do. Oh, he's coming up for it. There we go. That was sick. Absolutely lit the spinner bait up. Oh my god, it's a giant. It's a big fish. It's a big smallmouth. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord, that's a big fish. Oh my god, that's a giant. On the spinner bug. Holy balls. Come here. Come here, sister. Get in the net. Oh. And I think on that note, we're going to end the day on this big, beautiful 3-pounder that decided to absolutely throttle my spinnerbait. Absolute fall beauty. Thank you, bud. Wow, that was fun. Oh my goodness. See you later, dude. Back down she goes. Woo! It has been a day out here, boys. It has been a day. We did it. Oh my God. Wieners at home. We did it. Our adventure was successful. We traveled to some untouched waters, or at least seemingly untouched waters, and had ourselves a day. We caught that one splake, hooked some brookies, and of course caught some absolute mega smallmouth. Before I close out today's video, I just want to say that if you plan on coming up to Maine, definitely do so. I think this is easily one of my favorite states to fish, and it's the reason why I've been spending so many weeks, if not months, up here. Some of the colder months, like, yeah, it's cold, it's windy, it's miserable, it's gonna rain and be gross, but if you can have days like today, it's like, why not? I also want to break down 2, or I guess 3 of the main lures that got it done today. One of which being the bone white deep diving jerkbait. Hooked a lot of fish on that, lost a lot of fish, but did catch my biggest bass of the day, which is like a 3.5 pounder. Big, bodacious, beautiful fish. Cannot complain. This time of year, a lot of fish are
are suspended. They're moving around, they're looking for bait, and that little tiny jerk bait resembles just that. It resembles a little tiny shad, a little shiner, and they can't help themselves. Of course, when we weren't doing that, I was looking deep off to my left, chasing down fish with the drag and drop. And that also caught me some pretty big fish too. Also lost some pretty big fish. I mean, I caught tons today, but I also feel like I popped some off that were pretty large and in charge. And then there at the end, we figured a pretty decent bite on the zinger, the 1/2 ounce zinger. And I forget the name of the color. I think it might be bluegill, but it's in a very bright orange color. And I think one of the reasons why those fish were eating that, those big bass were eating that, is because they are up in the shallows also chewing on spawning brook trout. The brook trout this time of year, when they spawn, they get a bright orange, and some of them are pretty tiny, you know, 9-10 inches. So I think that maybe, this is just a hypothesis, that some of the bigger fish that were up shallow in the reeds, they were eating brookies. It was like wherever I found brookies on my graph, I'd get bit by a giant smallmouth. If the fish are still deep, if it's slow, pitch around the drop shot, but if they're up and moving around, eating and chewing, throw the moving bait, throw the zinger, and throw the jerk bait. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna bid farewell to all you beautiful wieners out there. Thank you so much for watching today's epi. I sincerely appreciate the view. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like. Also subscribe, and just those 2 simple things would mean the world to me. I'm peacing out, signing out. Thanks for watching, and as always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.